Alright, in today's video we'll be looking at how to determine whether equations, linear equations, are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay, so here I've got listed 4 different equations. What we're going to do is just look at each of these and try to figure out whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Now you may remember from a past lesson that parallel lines all have the same slope. Okay? See if you can remember what perpendicular lines will have. Hopefully you said that they need to be negative reciprocals. Okay, now what that means is that the fraction, or whatever the slope is, the slope needs to change the sign. So if it's positive, make it negative. If it's negative, make it positive. And then the reciprocal, which means to flip the fraction. Okay? And then if it's neither, then that means that the slope isn't the same. It's not exactly the same, nor is it the negative reciprocal. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the ones we have. If you look at the first one here, this is already in y equals mx plus b form. And so by looking at that, the slope is -2. And so really that's what we need to find out, is what are the slopes of each of these lines. So let's go on to the next one. 2y equals x. Now of course to get the slope we need to get y by itself, so it's y equals mx plus b. So that gives us y equals x divided by 2 is the same thing as 1/2 x. So the slope this time is 1/2. Alright, let's move on to the next one. 4y equals 2x plus 4. Alright, so again we wanted y equals mx plus b because it's really easy to get the slope from that. So we'll divide both sides by 4. Now remember, when you divide the right side by 4, each one of those terms needs to be divided by 4. So this will be 2 over 4x and then plus 4 over 4. Okay, reduce those, and what we get is y equals 1/2 x plus 1. Alright, so here the slope is 1/2. Alright, now let's look at the last one. We've got 3x plus 6y equals 9. Again, we want it in slope-intercept form, so let's subtract the 3x. And then we've got 6y equals -3x plus 9. And then we're going to divide everything by 6. Okay, again, everything on the right needs to be divided by 6. So y equals -3 over 6x plus 9 over 6. So y equals -1/2 x plus, let's see, 9 divided by 6. 9 is divisible by 3, as is 6. So plus 3 over 2. So now that we've found the slopes for each of these, the slope of the last one, of course, is -1/2. Okay, now that we have the slopes for each of these, we can determine whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at the first one. The first one has a slope of -2. Are there any other slopes that are -2? The answer is no, and so nothing is parallel to that one. But what about perpendicular? Are any of them the negative reciprocal of this? Well, if you take 2, -2, you make it negative. That would be a negative, which would be positive, and then you flip it. This is 2 over 1, which means that's 1 over 2. The negative reciprocal of -2 would be 1/2. And so that means that both of these lines, B and C, are perpendicular to A. You'll also notice that these two have the same slope. That means that B and C, so A, B, and C, so B and C are parallel to each other because they have the same slope. We don't have to worry about the y-intercept. This part doesn't matter, right? The number at the end doesn't matter at all. All that matters is if the slopes are the same. So these two are parallel. This one, the first one, is perpendicular to those two. The last one is nothing.